All right. It's time once more, everybody. Got my chippies with me. We're carrying on with it. Things are getting good. Hello.
I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons.
What?
And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
Oh, was she talking about that when it's on the PS Vita? Doesn't make any sense on this.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
What?
Is it really alright to accept the situation so easily? I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekumaru's murderer?
Exactly. Can we find that out now, please?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
Yeah, I like that there's intermissions in
such
them.
an important moment.
Pretty handy.
I don't want to die either.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
He knows something real.
Track?
He knows something about
I'm
everyone.
disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
I don't really know what the fuck he's talking about, that whole hope
You
shit.
say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can.
Yeah, the Ultimate Chef's X is a cutlery. It's awesome.
Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
You know, just so you know.
Akane! You were drooling waterfalls?
It has to be a male murderer. It can't be another female murderer. It can't be. They can't kill off. And there's too many.
Anyway,
The imbalance, the gender
killer used the
imbalance is
building
too high
structure.
if it's
Why
another
don't we think
female
about how
killer.
they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Horribly damaged if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. If he was beaten by a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building structure. So what was Nekomaru's cause of death that also utilized the building structure? Falling? Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
I see!
That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That, I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Yeah.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the first floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
But
Yeah, I
my
don't see
gut
the
is going
themed
crazy
X's on
right now.
everyone's. Like, she doesn't have a special X. She inquired out from falling. Where did the killer come from? If I'm gonna... Yeah, where did Kill say shove Nikumaru from? Oh, look, let's see if we can see any more themed X's. Ibuki doesn't have a themed X. Oh, is it drumsticks? Oh, it might be drumsticks. His is that. His looks the same. His is like a medical thing. Nikumaru's actually does look a bit different. His is like a weird circle on the bottom. Oh, it's a whistle! It's a whistle! Knife and fork. And his is possibly the sword? Yeah, it's a sword. And the sheath. Hers is the same. Not all of them are themed. Some of them are themed, it looks like. Looks like they just picked random ones to give themes to.
When the
Because
elevator is on the
Nikumaru's
first
got one, he
floor,
didn't kill anyone. So.
you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Mekamaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside, the other door won't open. Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold.
Good night button is what we used to break his argument apart.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Mekamaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to and made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
Sleep button! We talked about this like at the start of when we came here. They made a big deal out of this.
That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
My hero's is themed after her personality. Ha ha ha! Boom! Damn. That was good. Plain as hell. Oh. You laid that out.
His sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him,
No.
right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner,
Could be Gundam.
Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes?
String.
That's what I was about to explain, before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
Way to get the drop inside the elevator while Nikumaru is still in it. Chiaki seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? The wire. Yep, there it is.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious.
Nope.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
That's the one.
I agree with that.
I agree. Consent. Ugh, I agree with you so much. Let me just agree
Didn't the doorknob
aggressively.
have scrape marks on it?
That's the one. That's the one.
That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Put it on the door. They tied the wire
Is that the
to the
same
door,
wire that was
which is
tied
why the
around
doorknob
Nekomaru?
ripped off when he fell
The tip
down.
of that wire was tied into a loop.
He hit the pillar on his way down.
If the elevator
Collapsed
moved
the
while
pillar,
that loop part hung from the
Doorknob goes
doorknob.
under it. Boom.
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair. That's right. He was suspended in midair. Huh? The killer tied up Mechamaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower.
Mm-hmm.
And suspended Mechamaru in midair.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
You better not finish that sentence.
The killer took advantage of
They
the elevator's
finally
unique
acknowledged
feature.
his
Only the
bulge.
floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
Oh!
They created a drop. There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
Yeah. Yeah, land on the pillar.
Why? If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall. Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push it. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru?
Need to see what I have. Radio clock, broken doorknob, wire, tipped over pillar, new looking hammer.
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain moving the elevator with Nekomaru is just impossible. End of story.
Radio clock.
What? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Oh, fire it, no!
If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that
Shit!
to
Oh,
himself.
I hit the wrong fucking button.
But in that case, you still won't be able to moving the elevator with Nekomaru in is just impossible. End of story. What?
The wrong-
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Oh, what?
Crap!
Oh.
What?
Oh, I'd use a broken
Nekomaru fell on
doorknob.
his
I want to
own?
use a radio clock.
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep
What?
mode, right?
Crap!
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do
Shit.
that to him. Now's the time, but in that case,
Clock's alarm
you
timer.
still won't be able to explain the moving the elevator with Nekomaru in is just impossible. End of story. What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode. Allow me to cut through those words.
What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down?
I got there in the end. Ha, what? I got it in the end. I got there in the end.
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why, if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly
You're not supposed to cut through like wrong yellow ones? Oh, I didn't know that.
And then, In order to make it fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
Killer didn't expect the door to come off? The reason that ever even happened was because... Okay, so I should use my full power. Fierce roaring Nicomaru ball is bound to grabbing the doorknob with both hands. But... Not yet. Here it comes. This incredible strength of the 1,000,000 horsepower. That's really what it was. And that's the clue Nicomaru left for us to find.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy, he gets off on this.
Oh, Soda.
So
I feel like
thanks
you
to
were
that
having a
alarm,
moment there and then you ruined it.
Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
It doesn't mean Nicomaru crashed straight into the floor. The moment Nicomaru fell to the floor, the only thing I can think of that happened to him was cola came out of his eyes.
I see!
Nekomaru
Cola,
fell to the floor.
Coca-Cola shake, baby. You forgive me, I'm
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled
Aye,
all
cola.
over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon.
Cried his
My
cola
gut was
tears.
totally right.
And his lips and iced tea.
Well,
The room's
the pillar
flooded
was
with
bonus.
cola tears.
It's
As
not
you open the
even
door, you
clear
get
if the killer
washed
intended
away
that,
by a wave
or
of
if it
cola
was just a
tears.
coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Baby gangster!
Stop calling me Baby Gangsta!
That's the best
What
name
did you
ever.
say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention
This
it, so did I.
This is where we find out that the clock's been put back.
There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know.
That's a mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth.
We headed for Grape Tower.
Okay.
Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest
Radio clock.
was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
They can't, because it's a radio clock. You're wrong.
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
Grape House. I want to live in
I
Grape
checked all the
House.
clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Human.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding.
Oh,
I
Gundam.
never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
That doesn't make you look innocent. Time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. This time-related contradiction. I should doubt the clock. Doubt the clock! Doubt. Doubt. Use doubt. What was it? There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Time for a logic dive? I think if I focus and think, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery. Logic dive! I felt a logic dive coming then. I'm getting the feel, man. What does that thing in the bottom corner mean? That's my speed, is it? Oh, we did. I pressed the wrong button. It's Y to jump. I don't remember that. Oh no, all that. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? Time in the building, who the killer is, where the murder happened. Time in the building. Because we don't know the other stuff. I quite like Logic Dive. It's nice and interactive. Should give me Logic Dive the game. Ah, those are all very tight jumps to do. Man. All right. Which clock was tampered with? Nikumaru's radio clock, the building's clock, both. The building's clocks. It's like the mini. It's like the upgrade, the Xenoblade 2 mini game for upgrading Poppy. Yeah. Speaking of which, we gotta get back to playing Xenoblade 2 soon. I've been hankering for more of that game. Like, despite the goofiness of that game, mostly based around the awful voice acting, I still like that game. Hey, did you just fall off the bed? Which house at the wrong time? Both houses. I think. Yeah, baby! Nailed it! Not even Logic Dive Master right here. Also, I want to play the Okami HD when it comes out. Got a code for that. Excited to replay that game.
You
said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
None of them. They were all right. They were
But
correct.
what if all those clocks have been messed with?
All of them? It's a lot of clocks.
What?
It's a lot of clocks and a lot of clocks.
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building,
I was
there's no way you'd have
picturing.
noticed it.
I'm picturing this saying cocks instead of clocks, and it's really funny.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building
By
by
changing all the
clocks.
cocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
Oh, come
This
in,
is truly
Geisha.
fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
All the cocks have been messed with. I need to clarify by how much the time was. I think it's like 2 hours, because I think it was like 5:30 when our dude woke up and heard the crash. Picturing cocks. I checked out all the cocks, and they were all the same. They were all the same cocks. Nothing was tampered with by the cocks. No tampered cocks here.
If the time in the building was all messed up,
Fuyuhiko's. I think Fuyuhiko's is the one I want here. Sure. Okay, apparently saw Nikomaro walking toward the first floor of Strawberry House at 5 a.m. I think it might be that one. Apparently, Akane heard a rumbling noise at around 5:30. Yeah, so I think 2 hours then.
then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
Shit. What? It's a fact that the clock in Nekomaru's chest is correct, right? So he died at 7:30 a.m. Oh, no. No, it was 7:30 a.m. But we thought it was
If the
5:30.
time in the building was all messed up,
Shit, my bad.
then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the sound when he fell.
I agree! Consent with me! Let's consent! Two consenting adults agreeing in a court of law!
That's right.
Yes!
We should have heard the sound he made when he fell.
As the consent thing gets me so hyped, I love it.
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House lounge.
Aggressive agreement. I just love how aggressive he is when he agrees. It's so
What
good.
is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard?
Two consenting
I did not
adults in
hear
a
it at all.
law. Oh, it's a good one. I'm gonna
You
use
probably
that
didn't
one
hear it
again.
because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
Hunger pangs. But you were in the good room, so you
There's
wouldn't have
nothing
heard
to
it.
worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane.
That rumbling sound was heard around. Was it heard at 5:30 a.m.? It's like the answer to how much time was off is literally right in front of me. It's 2 hours.
I see!
I see. It's 2 hours. Okay, calm down.
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30.
Okay.
And if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
So long. It's so long. I wonder what that was, and I was like, did someone hit the fucking pirate ship? Thank you. Rune, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime. I'm so confused. Rune, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate that. Enjoy the emotes. You're a big brain trust boy now. I'm gonna look online if there's like a high quality version of that, because I just recorded that by putting it over the mic.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty
That's
badly.
why I always say,
There's no way we
shum
would've
shum,
noticed.
slippity dop.
Quick,
Thank you,
play the sound
Laserglow.
again.
Laserglow, thank you for 6 months in a row. I don't have it on the resub thing. I don't know if I'm going to keep it either. It's quite long. That's the problem, is it's quite a long one. If I had it on the resub thing, it would get really obnoxious. I wanted it to be not as often. So I thought I'd have it for like first time ones. Or I might change it to something else. I don't know. I'm just giving it a try out.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they could lure out just Nekomaru.
Lure out only
If you
Nikumaru?
messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing? If they were trying to lure only Nikumaru, then that specific thing is... massage time!
I approve of it.
Thank you for the bits, Moog Paul. Thanks for that so much. The clock's alarm. Monokuma Tai.
No subs. Only this less than 3.
That's it.
Thank
Killer
you.
made use of the Monokuma
Theoretical
Tai Chi activity in the
sandwiches
morning.
for the bits. I gotta change the bits thing as well.
They use it.
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning.
I don't know. I
at
kind of
7
like
a.m.
that
for
there's still
that
the drum.
activity.
I kind of hope that someday someone's watching my stream and then the thing goes off and they recognize those goddamn awful steel drums from Digimon MMO. Ugh, game is so garbage.
But if they mess with all the clocks,
I'm like, oh
inside
shit, are
the
those
building,
steel drums from
what
Digimon
would that
MMO?
do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect.
Thank you for the
Nekomaru.
bits, you two. I appreciate that. It's very helpful. Every little bit helps me.
His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning,
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Yeah.
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
It was fucking garbage, that Digimon MMO. Yeah, the Digimon MMO, don't ever play it. It's really bad. It's like one of those garbage free-to-play ones that they put next to no effort into. It's like an MMO they just plastered Digimon all over without really thinking about it.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez. That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong! Too bad.
Liar! I'm right!
That's not it. It's incorrect.
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
let's just ignore the peanut gallery.
Yeah, let's ignore them.
Now that we found out how the killer lured
I like how
Nekomaru,
they've been kind of like sidelined to just weird, annoying characters in this. Everyone's like, I just don't care about anything they say. They're just really annoying. They exist
the
to
number
confuse.
of suspects has drastically decreased.
Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar.
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
I remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Nagito.
Who is it? Who's the bastard?
It's Nagito.
You're the only one!
The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
Nagito.
That's
Nagito?
right.
Nagito.
Nagito wasn't there.
I don't think it's him, but he was the one who wasn't there.
It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy.
But it's because
You weren't in your room, were
it's
you?
because the soundproof room.
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something!
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
The fuck is a suicide dive?
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
Who had the other luxury room? Because it's got to be them.
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it. To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too.
It was Gundam,
I
wasn't
was in
it?
a pretty deep sleep.
Shit, it was Gundam.
So I thought that's why I couldn't
Oh.
hear it, but it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Oh dear.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common. And I'm sure you'll figure it
Oh
out.
no. Oh no. And people who didn't hear the rumbling noise were Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The secret is what these three have in common. Could this also be the secret that points to the killer? Oh no, you're gonna make me spell? Oh, rooms? Luxury rooms? Oh, I don't know what to spell. Oh shit. I just feel luxury. I think luxury's got too many letters in it to be the right one. Fuck, I don't know what the first word is. I don't know what the first word is. Oh, no, it's okay. It's cool. It's luxury rooms. It's 100% luxury rooms. Why am I getting D's? There's no D's. No, Deluxe! It's not luxury, it's Deluxe. I got there. Shit. Whoops, wrong one. Got it, I got it. Don't worry, guys. I nailed that shit. I got it. I'm sitting there like, it's luxury. Oh my god, what's it gonna be? Is it gonna be luxury? It can't be luxury. Luxury doesn't fit. Luxury does fit. It's not luxury because it's a D. It's Deluxe. That was how my mind went for that. Panic of, oh my god, I don't know what they want me to say. To, oh my, yes I do, because they're luxury rooms. Luxury doesn't have enough words in it. Check out luxury on dictionary. Luxury doesn't have enough words. It's luxury. Wait, there's a D. That can't be luxury. There's no D in luxury. Deluxe. So there you go. There's a mindset how that, fuck, why I screamed so loud after I got it.
If I recall, the Deluxe.
I'm getting better at those now, those word ones. I'm starting to understand them a bit better. Like how to just like keep all the words up so you can just quickly. I'm getting better at them. I still don't like them, but I'm getting better at them. What about a luxury D though? Deluxury. Mm.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise.
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent? Now then,
Fuck yourself, you bastard.
guys must understand
Nikito.
by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Decisive factor?
Somehow I feel like I understand what Nagito means. The killer among us. The killer who murdered Nekomaru. The killer is one of our favorites. Sonia's new crush. The master of the dark divas of destruction. Gundam Tanaka.
You're the only one!
Gundam, there's something I want to ask you.
Gundam, why? Why would you do it? The motivations in this have been so weird the whole time.
When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
Deluxe doesn't sound like a word anymore. Deluxe.
If the bell of
Ham on the bone.
catastrophe
Deluxe
rings
on the
throughout
bone.
night, it
Deluxe
is
on
the
the bone.
universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
There is only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why.
Yo,
While
he
you
might
were
not be an
staying in the
ultimate, but
deluxe room,
Hajime
you still
is
went-
better than all these motherfuckers. Like, all the way. He's better than them. He's not like a better person, he's lame, but he's like a better solver of mysteries.
You have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko.
Me?
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right?
I left the door ajar. Yeah, that could be a good answer
You
for
were
it.
in the lounge for that long. The killer who had left
I was
earlier
hot, so I left
obviously
the door
wouldn't be able
ajar.
to go back.
Even though Mekamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting
Also,
for
where did he get the
Nekomaru
wire
at tower.
from? I'm assuming he must have gone through the deadly room, I guess.
Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room. Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the lounge.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
Should have hidden in the toilets or something. Rockets is on the supreme ruler of the Neverworld bellowing as for a sacrifice. We got that noise so suddenly. Yeah, I remember that.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but... How ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
I don't understand where this thing for him's come from.
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess? The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears. That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Is this the hill?
Your argument?
Is this the hill you're gonna die on?
You bastard. Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
This is the hill you're choosing to die on. Okay.
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence.
Alright,
The
10
time
ears.
I left my room
His
to go-
response is that he has 10 ears. Therefore, soundproof is not immune is not a thing to him. Okay. Okay, that's alright. Okay. 10 ears. I have 10 ears. I can hear everything.
That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
Here's me. At the time I left my room, I go bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm. Yeah, there you go.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
Makes sense. I mean,
Yes,
I got
I'm
10
being
ears. Hear
suspected
stuff all
by
the time.
of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the
Whoa,
killer.
what?
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers. Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
You said opening act again!
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
He has 10
But
ears.
he's completely
He had
shut
10
up.
ears, remember? That's his
Perhaps he
rebuttal.
can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
Why am I wearing
I was
sleeves? It's
simply
cold.
at a loss for
So wear my
words after
jumper.
being dumbfounded
Muscle
by your
jumper.
pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side.
Grape House.
If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
Well, we have that.
What's wrong with that?
We know the hatch.
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
Gundam doesn't have eyebrows?
However, I was already at
I think
Strawberry
those
House.
black
I was
lines are
present
supposed
when
to be
the alarm in
eyebrows?
the lounge started ringing,
Maybe not. Oh, yeah, you're right. He
which
doesn't have.
means your assumption is clearly
No, you're right.
wrong.
He just doesn't have
Are you
eyebrows.
serious?
That's really
Here I
weird.
thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson?
Ah, that's
pitiful
why he's so
humans?
weird looking.
You
He doesn't have
cannot overcome
eyebrows.
This contradiction.
I don't know. Maybe those black lines are supposed to be his eyebrows. But everyone else has those lines, though. Weird.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
I don't have what I
Plus,
need.
The elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
Oh, oh.
How much longer do you plan to lecture? Why don't we stop this already? That elevator was
no
the only
eyebrows.
means of travel between the two
Give him
houses.
some money.
No, it was not Gundam! Oh, I'm gonna fuck you. You're gonna fucking. Grab your arguments by the horns.
Way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Grabbed his argument, fucked it to pieces. Did it.
Such a method does not exist.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Okay.
You're the only
No eyebrows, I know.
Nagito, you should know.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right? There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up. But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down... Surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Grape House!
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor.
I don't know why. I
are
can't take it
connected.
seriously when they say grape floor,
Plus,
grape
once
house.
you've
It just
cleared
makes
the
me
final
laugh.
dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame! However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
There's no way they didn't know.
Why are these minutes so convoluted? Fuck it, dude. Japan. it's fucking bizarre, I know. Why can't someone just shoot someone?
Value your life. You should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
Did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like
seems like-
me when I'm angry.
Okay, Hulk. It seems like the more stuff, the more like complicated they make it, the more chance it has for things to go wrong. They shot someone secretly, threw the gun away. Boom. You're never gonna find. You'll never do it. But you know, it's a game, so it's the game. But you know.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Fuck. What is he talking about?
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Oh, this is a hard one. Fuck. I don't know what he's fucking talking about.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say.
Frail, I say.
Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
There we go. Fucking Jesus. Frail, I say. Fucking kid, that can't be that, dude.
The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur. If you don't want, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light.
I accidentally hit the thing there. Try to find the evidence that the killer went to the Octagon. If that's the case, I should have had it too. Key which dwells in the light that will break through the darkness.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur. If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind
Allow me to
cut through it.
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body. The hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can
cut
think
through it.
of is the Octagon.
Hit
There were
the pirate
various
ship.
weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
I fucking cut the
Since
shit
those
out of his
items were
argument
used in
then.
the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
Sway.
If
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
Seems this is the end. Normally, we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
Hey, what are you...
First of all, by messing with all the
Wait, is he
clocks in
taking
the
away my?
building,
He's taking away my.
Gundam tried to
Taking away
lure
my
only
manga part.
Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties, but even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay? Through this,
This is
Gundam
so weird.
successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru, so by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
I didn't battle.
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
What the fuck is going on?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me
Called him a
laugh.
coward.
All this time, you still don't understand.
He's just Marty
anything at all.
He's Marty
I don't
McFlying him.
understand anything.
He's called him a
does that
chicken to
mean?
get him to do shit. You get Marty McFly, son.
I cannot.
Get Marty
finish
McFly,
just
son.
yet.
Oh
Maybe
shit,
I'm
you fell
just
for
a
it so
human
hard.
Destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish.
Is he saying like he
What do you
can't come?
intend to do?
It's obvious. I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions.
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
You don't understand me in my 10 years.
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
Hamsters.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought, truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument, it was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
Now he doesn't have erectile dysfunction. He has can't come itis. That's why Sonya loves him, because he never ends. I'll provide an argument that'll leave you no choice but to be persuaded. Oh, here we go.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire!
I finally get this now.
Crushed as
Oh.
David prophesied!
I thought I got it, but apparently I haven't.
For the Tanaka Empire! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! It's Nekomaru's back. Do you really think I can get behind him so easily?
The 4 Dark Divas meet on the Dark Diva's bone. The 4 meet on the bone. The 4 bones on meat. The 4 beats
Even if you didn't get
moans.
behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you have the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
The 4 meet on the bone.
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Yeah, no.
Of course it'd be impossible
This
for a
one took me a
normal-
while to get used to, but I
it wouldn't
understand
be
it now.
possible
I'm
for
just not very
Gundam.
good at it. I didn't understand the holding down thing for
In
ages on
fact, we
this.
saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Power of the hamsters. The time has come to lend me your aid. PS through Supernova Silver Fox Sandy. Ding. The skyline lamentation art of the demon mouse. Oh god.
Now that
So
you
fucking
mention it,
weird.
After Ibuki was killed in the music venue,
I hope his
Gundam's
his
hamsters
his
retrieved a piece of
death
wallpaper
is
from the
being eaten to
baton
death
item,
by his
right?
own hamsters.
Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Nekomaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Like hamsters get killed if he does? I guess. I know they're murderers. They help murder him.
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell.
Well,
Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere.
what is he talking about?
Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own 2 hands.
Alright. You're a weird dude. You're a really weird dude. Who set the lounge's clock alarm? Who was in the lounge since early morning? What time did Fuyuhiko see Nikumaru? The imagery of those hamsters is so good. Nikumaru's weakness is... the wire up under Nikumaru's feet. Kill destroyed what after leaving the tower? That I know this one at least. I really don't like this one though. What was the fake weapon left at the tower? Who gathered at the lounge? Oh. Okay, is that one? No. I'm not really sure where this one goes. No, not that one. That one. There we go. Yeah, because the last of the end came off. I'm so it's 2:40 a.m. right now. Kiss the pillar, damn it. I can't hear something from her room. Gabbard Lounge. Right, it's them. That goes. Nope, not that one then. Kiss the pillar. So it's gotta be this one then. Monster 5:30, it's 2:40 a.m. right now. So that'll be here? No. Oh, there you go. Okay. Well, who's in the legend in the early morning? We have that one yet. The hamster pressed it. This one? Yeah, okay. Fake weapon. Alright, that's the fake weapon. We hit that. What else left is there? Fucking, I love this. Firing off hamsters everywhere. It's so good.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
You can wear wigs with the
First, go
pink
over
blind
the many
guys.
tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge.
Yeah.
And set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m.
Yes, they did.
After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room.
So he did the Russian roulette? Maybe he did it with a hamster.
This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's
Yo, the
testimony,
hamsters had to do
that was
Russian
around
roulette.
5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time.
It looks like
In
Fuyuhiko's on the
actuality,
toilet.
Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Tai Chi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower. So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck.
Power of hamsters. Oh my god. Evil fucking hamsters. They gotta die as well.
Sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon.
Deploy my minions! Go, my 4 dark divas of
First,
destruction!
set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest.
Picture him saying it now as he
so he'd
attacks
wake up.
Prepare to meet your doom, Cyberman!
Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending.
I love doing
Nekomaru's body was
Gundam's
still
voice.
inside,
I'll miss Gundam's
dangling
voice.
upside down in midair from the wire.
At least most of the like
The killer entered
the
Grape
throat
Tower
destroying
to see if the
voices have
setup was
gone now, I
successful.
think, apart from like Monomies.
And placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back
These are
door.
getting so long. These are getting so long.
This was done to make us
He got a gun and
we
shot
couldn't
him.
enter the tower from Strawberry Hall.
That was it. Just gotta go and show him. That was the trick.
With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage. So they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall.
Is this really murder? Well,
But something unexpected happened.
Monokuma said that if you kill him,
Saw Nekomaru
it counts as a
earlier, was
murder.
still at the lounge.
So yeah, in this
As a
case,
result,
yeah.
the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully.
Powerful sway. You know those wake up sways?
Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob. But because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died.
And die.
The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the Deluxe room.
This is the reason they made him into a robot is because they wanted to have a decapitation and they don't want to
also
cut the
wouldn't have
heads
been
off of
able to
any of
return
the
to the guest room,
students.
because
I don't think we've
Fuyuhiko
had
was
any
at the
like
lounge.
people get decapitated apart from a robot yet.
That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Oh boy, I'm getting tired now.
Splendid.
Splendid.
That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
You still going on like this?
Stop it already.
Yeah, just do.
Stop using weird words to avoid the truth.
Yeah, just drop the act.
I'll friggin' kill you myself!
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe.
Like, just be like a
You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
be like a normal person for a minute or two.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret?
Is he gonna die talking like a
Then
fucking weirdo?
Finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
Oh god, Gundam, stop, just stop, Gundam, stop. Oh, so much bleeping. Oh no, more bleeping. It's done.
This result isn't all that exciting. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Please pull the lever! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
Yeah, maybe we will get to find out who the I hope we get to find out his motivation, if even okay. Will if he says his motivation, will we understand it? Will it make any sense at all? We're done. That was a long class trial again.
It'd be bad if I bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results, you guys were correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. That's right, the one who killed the robotic Nikumaru in the amazing funhouse was Gundam Tanaka.
Nice!
Yay! I said all that without biting my tongue.
Now then.
Now that we've decided who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get this over with. Hold on. It's true that the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean the incident is over. We can't finish yet until we hear it from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like.
Fall.
Why do you want to know? Why do you want to talk to one who has lost? The loser merely leaves. It would just be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well.
It's what I would like to say, but for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing.
Correct?
You guys said I made Nikumaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake.
Huh?
Fine.
Nikumaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This.
If he was just trying to cling to life, there are many ways he could have done it. However, he did not allow that.
This is gonna kill my throat. Is it possible to mess up? No. Yeah, it's all story driven, so you can't really mess it up. It's pretty forgiving as well. The hardest part is just like making sure you know what it is, and you can keep failing at loads. It's just like just putting it together, basically. What do you mean? Explain.
Fine then, I shall reveal it all.
Let's make
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse, and I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nikumaru into the tower. And this is what happened. Nikumaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nikumaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away, or even called for help. But he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death?
Let me tell
He was serious too. He gave it his all to try and kill me.
How much of this is real?
If he had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Oh god, this is like a redo of the that would have been like a redo of the first case.
Could it be?
Nekamaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this.
I'm glad they were all on fire apparently during this. They were so on fire that they started to melt into the air.
This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
You left after the murder weapon was revealed? The Gundam did it, I guess.
That's a bold one.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit,
I don't know, man.
I shall kill you with all of my might.
Gundam killed the best dude and the best boy. He killed Nikumaru. I can't forgive that. Gundam has gone down the list severely for me of best boys in this game.
I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics.
Splendid!
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
Why did you fight? We are all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong.
I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you. However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation.
Oh, I've got like a long hair like on my nose. Another patty hair. Why are you telling us to wait until we just starve to death? I'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. Huh? Do you mean that you'd rather die?
Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone has been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch,
Giving up on life, that's just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard of the term dog eat dog? Because they do. Dogs eat other dogs. I've seen it. Straight up.
Cannibalism?
Fine.
Oh, this fucking...
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well.
That is what it means to live. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
He's gonna engulf this world.
If a world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy towards life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying all that to try to justify what you did?
But
But it sounds like Nikumaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
Damn it.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools.
His motivation really was not. He just wanted to kill someone to get out, to not starve to death, basically. Yeah, I mean, this guy was just weird. This guy's just really weird, honestly. This character just talks so strangely the whole time. He's just a big old goofball.
I betrayed you all, that is the absolute truth.
Fall
But
my
even
tears.
so, don't you think it's better to alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh.
That belief is why you committed your crime?
You...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make
Unlike
history.
Nikito, I only did it once, but compared to my battle with Nikumaru, that was mere child's play.
Well,
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that. Well, it's also because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you?
I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is
Just
Gundam Tanaka.
who do you think I am? I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
Fade like dust in the wind.
Not in a million, not in a billion, not in 10,000 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, is it possible?
Is that it? Then I'll just leave it at that.
Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It is about time that fun started. Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Yay! Yay! Oh God.
I got it. I have prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka.
Please wait.
Please wait, this is just too much.
I beg of you.
Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam.
huh?
Miss Sonia, please, I beg of you.
How pitiful.
Sonia, an act of unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself.
Is it a Gundam? Oh, it's fine. Oh, fuck.
Is it fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
Yes, I do not mind. However,
What is it,
my four dark divas of destruction?
Are you worried
Oh.
about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now
hello,
that my duty is
everybody.
complete,
It's
I
me,
must return to the
Monokuma.
darkness.
Oh.
That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit,
Pride.
courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously. That is Gundam Tanaka.
Yeah, but he's going
I
out
shall
fucking
stick
weird.
with my evil until the very end.
Weird.
Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's give it everything we've got.
It's punishment time.
All right, baby, here we go. Oh, he's leaving the hamsters be. What the fuck? That was a surprisingly sad one. That was. For such a weird guy. That was so weird. Gundam? No! Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Yeah, he was dead set on going to hell, to be fair, so I guess he's pretty okay. He's pretty annoyed about going up there. Going up with the angel bunnies. Did I misunderstand what he meant? Then what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
Damn it. Damn it! I'm so pissed off. I need to throw something.
Damn
We
it!
still spent so much time worrying about each other, and thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all full of shit, every last one of you. The biggest piece of shit is me.
The worst.
Damn it, why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
You're right. This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl his way out of hell, and I presume he will be very cross with us. You're right. You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. This, it, that. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that.
Hey! So, how long are you guys gonna stand around chattering? The class trial is over, so it's okay for you to hurry back over to Jabberwock Island. However, the killing school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on! How much longer are you gonna keep doing this?
Seriously, how long is he going to keep doing this? How long is this going to continue?
Now then.
Now then. Alright, after feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food.
Hey!
Yeah, hold on. That mode shift is so damn fast.
It's not like that.
I know, it's like Gundam and Nikomaru said. That's what it means to live, right? Yo, she certainly thumped something else. But seriously, I'm starving.
Hey.
Then let's go back for now and eat. And then after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
And then let's do our best again. Yeah, you're right. With this, the class trial has come to an end, and once again, we return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished. But despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial. But at the moment, we were able to forget what the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly disappeared from our sight. Nagito. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. I never expected to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. Before everyone else, too. But it's just too funny. I mean, no one could tell that I was lying. There's no way the file was just Hajime's information.
Well,
I guess they were too busy with other matters. Or maybe they've reached their limit. Regardless, I was saved. Things would get complicated if they found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this.
damn it.
This should never be forgiven. I think they might all be reserves, actually. If that's the case. There's no way I can let this run loose. I'll be the one who stops this once and for all. If it costs my life,
It's obvious.
for the sake of hope, I cannot ignore this. Yeah, if he's like that.
Monokuma appears!
All right, Monokuma has arrived. Who summoned me?
Now then.
Thanks for coming.
What's this?
Why, it's the lonely little Nagito. Are you all alone tonight, too?
What's the matter?
So what's up? Your face looks scary.
I see, so you can tell.
Perhaps you found out who the traitor is?
You know me well.
Wow.
That's what I'd like to say, but unfortunately, I haven't learned that yet.
I see. So even you don't know, Looks like the final showdown is gonna take a little more time.
Hello.
So why'd you summon me? Were you finally gonna confess your love?
Hey,
I summon you because there's something I really need to ask you. It's about the special prize from the final dead room.
Oh yeah? What about it?
There was information about 16 people in the file I received. But isn't that weird?
Say what?
What's weird?
you don't
Well,
even know?
There's a traitor at the from the Future Foundation hiding among us, right? Including that person, the total number of students would be 16, right?
Isn't that
But
right?
if this file contains documents that were created at Hope's Peak Academy, right?
Of course!
That's right. I just reused the stuff that the former headmaster spent a lot of time making.
But
I think their talents might be lies. Yeah. If this file even contains information about the traitor, was that person also a former student of Hope's Peak Academy?
Who knows?
I wonder.
hey,
Could it be? Is this your doing? Did you slip false information into the file? Were you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information?
What's wrong with that? It's my job to heat things up. It's okay if I do something small like that, right?
well,
That's not my point.
right?
My point is, you already know who the traitor is.
What's wrong with that?
You're getting all
Well, you're
riled up.
splendidly correct when you say, I knew who the traitor was all along. But even though I know who it is, why do you think I ignored it on purpose? It's just like Monami after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me.
Their existence means nothing, huh?
No.
Well, that's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different. After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation lackey who's putting you guys through this awful stuff.
It's not entirely true. I didn't really come here to fight or anything like that. Instead, I came here to offer my cooperation, you know?
Cooperation?
Hey,
Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please, right?
Yep.
Yep.
If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too.
right?
However, in exchange, I want to know who the traitor is.
I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No.
Obviously, that's a big no-no. I mean, I want to make everyone in your group feel despair. That includes you too.
Well, I knew you'd say that.
Besides, I just wouldn't be able to handle the sadness when you inevitably betray me later on.
Just as I thought, you saw right through me.
You're right.
No matter what situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, stepladders such as myself and despair exist.
You're right. You're a true believer of hope after all. I must say, that belief reminds me of that person for some reason.
Huh?
Reminds you? I don't know who you're talking about, but if someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person, they must be extremely unlucky.
Like...
Oh, but you're just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact that you're even involved in something like this.
Wow.
Am I? I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
Huh?
You don't know?
Wouldn't you say that coming across this much despair is a rather rare opportunity? I can't rely on anyone on this island. That's why I have to be the one who does it. If I can eliminate despair from this island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I'll become true hope. I'll become an existence that could even be called ultimate hope.
The two of you are so alike. You definitely remind me of him.
Hey.
Hey, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
See?
Who are you waiting for on this island?
Huh?
Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. Is the person you're waiting for already on this island?
Hey.
Well, answer my question.
If that's the case, if that person is already on this island, wouldn't that be exciting?
Interesting. Oh boy. Do ultimate robots dream of clockwork? End. 7 left. Danganronpa. Oh boy. Well, as you know, that means it is time for the end of the stream. It's been a good one, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. We got chapter 4 done. Fuck, that took me like 5 hours, almost 6 hours, like 5 hours, 4